Now, please welcome for a greeting on behalf of the Greek people, the Prime Minister of the Hellenic Republic, Kyriakos Mitsotakis.
Dear Orchidea Foundation members, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we celebrate the 82nd anniversary of Ochi and remember the courage, perseverance and sacrifice of our people during the Second World War. All over Europe, people celebrate victory in Europe Day at the end of World War II on the continent. But our celebration is quite special. We do not commemorate the day the war ended, but the day Greece entered the war. On that historic date of October 28, 1940, Greece refused the ultimatum put down by the fascist regime of Mussolini. When the army of Mussolini attacked Greece, the aggressors were expecting an easy win. Large parts of continental Europe had been occupied by Axis powers, and Greece was faced with overwhelming odds of defeat. However, bound by their perennial love for freedom and dignity, loyal to the principles and values inherited by their ancestors, Greeks could not respond in any other way to the ultimatum they were handed than utter the legendary no, Ochi. This was a great and defining moment of courage and determination in the life of the modern Greek state, when we entered the war to protect everything we stood for. We chose our place in history on the side of justice and liberty against tyranny and oppression. That critical moment ultimately led us on the path to victory. Everything that followed, the brave fighting of our armed forces, the heroic resistance movement in our occupied homeland, and our final victory would not have materialized without that first courageous decision. Remembering all this at a time when, to our horror, aggression, revisionism, and unveiled disregard for the most fundamental principles of international law have returned to the European continent, gives it a new significance. We have stood steadfastly by the brave Ukrainian people and will continue to do so during the struggle for freedom, sovereignty, and territorial integrity. Because we remember, and we will not forget. We know firsthand that the values and principles we cherish can never be taken for granted and must be wholeheartedly defended. We must stand united against all authoritarian regimes which challenge and threaten our democracies and undermine peace and security around the world. Not far away from today's venue stands the memorial of Martin Luther King, and his words ring as loud today as when they were spoken. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This statement also captures the courage of our two honorees today, who in their unyielding defense of freedom, dignity and human rights have inspired the whole world with their noble struggle. The Orchidea Courage Awards are rightly bestowed to President Zelensky, who has bravely marshaled the sacrifice of the Ukrainian people in their fight for freedom and democracy against all odds, and to Mashi Alinejad, who has fiercely exposed human rights abuses against Iranian women and has dedicated her life to the protection of human rights. I would like to sincerely thank the Orchidea Foundation for giving me the privilege to address today's ceremony and to carry the timeless and universal message of this anniversary across the borders of my country. Και βεβαίως, θα ήθελα να ευχηθώ χρόνια πολλά στα μέλη της ελληνοαμερικανικής κοινότητας. Ζήτω η 28 Οκτωβρίου.